So I took him underneath my
Dude,
wing.
this is very daunting. Hello everyone, welcome back to CF Reacts. My name is Casper Fox. I am a singer, songwriter, and musical enthusiast recently, and a musical writer. I'm writing my own musical about Hades, Stories from Styx, and that's really funny because there is now a Hadestown. Well, Hadestown's been around for a while, but we're back with Hadestown today. And last week, we checked out Road to Hades, or Road to Hell, which was the beautiful Hermes singing about the road, about introducing us to Persephone, the Fates, Orpheus, and Eurydice. And now we're here with song number 2, Any Way the Wind Blows. No idea what this is about, but I am very, very excited to get into it. Before we get into it, I do want to say thank you so much, Jay or Arson, for making this playlist for me and Mortius. It's absolutely amazing. I'm so excited for it. Thank you very much. All right, without further ado, let's get into Any Way the Wind Blows. Okay. The Fates are singing. Oh. Eurydice?
Eurydice was a hungry young girl, a runaway from everywhere she'd ever been. She was no stranger to the world, no stranger to the wind.
Oh. Okay, so we got this, Hermes again back as the narrator. Here is the exposition. Oh yeah, by the way, this is an animatic by Murky Macedo. Check out the original in the description. If you don't like the pausing, you're here for my content, then you're not here for the animatic. That is just a byproduct to my analysis. Obviously, it is absolutely amazing, but if you want to watch it without the pause and stuff like that, please check it out in the description. I don't want to hear any comments about pausing. Anyway. So we have this, so in the last video I was talking about motifs for like the Fates and for Orpheus and for the highway, or for the railroad, sorry. And here it seems like the Fates might be the background like as characters, right? And fun fact, to bring my musical into this, Stories from Styx, I actually kind of have the same thing. The Fates are not as dominant as they might be in this musical, but in my musical they are actually a choir to song 3 in the Underworld now. I don't know if I want to keep that after watching this. I don't want to change it. I kind of want to not try to unintentionally copy Hadestown, if that makes sense, right? But yeah, so far we got this ooh motif from the like the ooze from the Fates, and here we have a first look at Eurydice and her story.
Weather ain't the way it was before. Ain't no spring or fall at all anymore. It's either blazing hot or freezing cold. Anyway the wind blows.
Okay, that is, wow, that is a pretty, have I heard that before? Let me just look up who plays Eurydice. Eva Noblezada. She's 28 from San Diego. Okay, wonderful voice. Let's just hear that again.
Anyway the wind blows.
Nice control. Very, very simple. I think it's called piccato. I don't know. Adam put the right thing here. From this like this plucked violin here, and then this like blows, like these riff and runs. Beautiful.
And there ain't a thing that you can do.
Ooh, Fate's coming in.
The weather takes a turn on you. Except for hurry up and hit the road. Anyway the wind blows.
Interesting.
Wind comes up. Ooh. Do you hear that sound? Wind comes up. Move to another town. Ain't nobody gonna stick around when the dark clouds roll. Anyway the wind blows.
You met the Fates.
Okay, so the Fates and Eurydice are kind of doing this, like, I almost want to say barbershop tag here with the 4 voices. Very, very beautiful, supported by such a low activity in the instrumentals here. It's really, really good so far. This is very fitting for the introduction of Eurydice. I want to put a disclaimer. I know the Orpheus Eurydice myth slash tragedy. I'm not, like, what I know is that, spoilers, 3, 2, 1. What I know from it is that she obviously dies while he's performing at their wedding night or something like that. She gets bitten by a snake, and then she dies, and Orpheus goes to the underworld to get her, and then he convinces Hades and Persephone with a song, and then they're like, you can bring her back but if you turn around while you're in the underworld, she stays forever. And then obviously he turns around because he can't resist for some reason, which is stupid.
Failure is your destiny.
But yeah, so that's what I know. I just don't know much, like in detail, what that says. Right? I did some reading on it when I'm writing here my own musical, Stories from Styx, which is a musical about Hades and his highlights, right? And Orpheus and Eurydice are characters in part 2. I'm gonna have to see how this pans out though, because as I said, I don't want to unintentionally copy Hadestown, so we'll have to see how I'll be handling that. But I'm excited to see where this goes. Musically, it fits very well.
Remember them?
Anybody got a match?
Always singing in the back of your mind.
Give me that.
Wherever it was this young girl went, the fates were close behind.
People turn on you just like the wind. Everybody is a fair weather friend. In the end, you're better off alone. Anyway, the wind blows.
Nice.
When your body aches to lay it down.
Oh yeah.
When you're hungry and there ain't enough to go around. Ain't no leg to which a girl won't go. Anyway, the wind blows. Wind comes up. And sometimes you think, wind comes up, you would do anything.
Dude, this is beautiful. These harmonies are gorgeous. What a way. Again, very simplistic. There's not much to break down here, quite honestly.
Just to fill your belly full of food. Find a bed that you could fall into, where the weather wouldn't follow you. Wherever you go.
Listen to that.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Now Orpheus was the son of a muse,
Yeah.
and you know how those muses are. Sometimes they abandon you. And this poor boy, he wore his heart out on his sleeve. You might say he was naive to the ways of the world. But he had a way with words, and a rhythm and a rhyme. And he sang just like a bird up on a line. And it ain't because I'm kind, but his mama was a friend of mine. And I like to hear him sing.
Yeah.
And his way of seeing things. So I took him underneath my
Dude,
wing.
this is very daunting. Do you hear like this, like, I don't know, maybe this is an indication that whatever is started here is going to end in tragedy, which obviously this ends in a tragedy, right? But listen to this instrumentalization. First time we get some more like activity level other than just this simple guitar and some piano and some violins, right?
With words and a rhythm and a rhyme. And he sang just like a bird up on a line.
You hear that, this dissonant from the violin?
And it ain't because I'm kind, but his mama was a friend of mine. And I like to hear him sing, and his way of seeing things. So I took him underneath my wing.
Okay, so this
That is where he stayed, until one day.
Okay. So that ends very, very abruptly. I'm just gonna check if I'm supposed to do the two songs together. Give me just a second. Okay, so according to the document, I am supposed to do this in one video. I feel like this was pretty short. Not much to talk about. We have the Fates introduced as this kind of like symbolic background characters, both in life, because they're always there spinning their thread, right, with your life and with Fates and stuff. That's number one. Number two is that they have this background backup choir element to the whole thing, which I think is really cool. Also, lovely art style, Murky Macedo. And Eurydice's voice is gorgeous. Makes me wonder how, or we already heard Orpheus' voice, so we have two higher voices for both characters, which is fitting.
Wherever you go.
Like this, wherever you go. This three-part harmony here, almost barbershop-like.
The wind blows.
Now Orpheus was the son of a muse.
And then we have these, listen to like the main motif. And okay, so the Fates work as, I don't want to use this word wrong. I always want to say diegetic characters that are like, you know, in the background at all times singing this. What I'm a little curious about, this is interesting because so far Hadestown is the first musical I'm hearing with super low activity in the instrumentals. Something that I'm very passionate about is breaking down percussion, because I'm a beatboxer myself, or a vocal percussionist and a drummer, but there's nothing like, there's no percussion here. It's all just like instruments, very slow, very, well, not to say the percussion aren't instruments, but that it's lacking in the rhythm section, right? There's not much bass going on either.
You know how those muses are. Sometimes
The bass is coming from the E string being played on the guitar, from that dum dum dum. That's all the bass there is in this
they
song,
abandon you.
and some piano as
And
well.
this poor boy, he wore his heart out on his
Do
sleeve.
do.
You might say he was naive to the ways of the world, but he had a way with words.
And then here, but he had a way with words. Here is where the dissonant, like this, like almost seemingly random piano playing comes in, and the dissonant half-step harmony from the violins.
Rhythm and a rhyme, and he sang just like a bird up on a line. And it ain't because I'm kind, but his mama was a friend of mine.
Okay, Hermes is a way bigger character in this than I initially thought. So he is that exposition character, the character that's connecting us to the story. He knows that that someone's watching a play here. I like that.
And I like to hear him sing.
And
And
then
his way of seeing things.
this bird like has red in it. I wonder if that, because remember how he had the red scarf in the first animatic? I feel like that's maybe because I can't base this off of visuals. I've learned that from Epic. But interesting choice to have it be red here, you know? And look at all the petals. That is spring, right? Spring, where Persephone is back on the overworld.
So I took him underneath my wing. And that is where he stayed.
And then here, that's where we stayed. Then the violin fades out because the flashback is over, right? Very nice.
Until one day.
Until one day, and then it goes straight into Come Home With Me, which is an animatic by Kokoweki. But that is for next week, guys. According to this document, we're doing that next week. So I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Murky. I know this was a relatively short video, but quite honestly, dude, there's not much to break down here. The instruments are super, super, like, low activity. There's a guitar, some picked, some staccato strings or whatever it's called, like some picked instruments. You have piano, and that's it. Vocal harmonies, very simplistic. That is very refreshing, because in most, like, I don't think in both Epic and Hamilton and Has Been and Six, there aren't any like instrumentally simplistic or instrumentally where the activity level is low. There isn't much of that. All of that is like all this giant big thing, you know?
That's what she said.
But here it's like, you know, it's decent. Like it's just chill. It's very chill, you know? So yeah, not much to break down here, but I'm very excited to continue. Now, first of all, over here are scrolling names, which are the patrons that have been making my dream of being a full-time content creator a reality. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm so beyond grateful to be able to do this. I'm so happy. I'm the happiest I've been in my life in a long time, even though my hairline is receding. God damn, bro. No, I'm just joking around. Anyway, thanks to the patrons. If you would like to support me a little further, if you're enjoying like these breakdowns of the music or the plot or anything like that, you can actually support me on Patreon for as little as $5 per month. If you don't have Patreon or don't have the means for patrons, then you can actually still help by liking the video, checking if you're subscribed, leaving a comment, and then in a little bit there will be 2 videos, a playlist and a video. If you click the video and watch that for 5 seconds, you actually tell the YouTube algorithm that Sea of Entertainment is a channel worth watching. So if you want to help me out a little bit, please do that. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Jay, for making this playlist, and thank you, Mortius, for getting me into musicals. If you guys didn't know, Mortius and I have a duo channel, Open Arms Reactions, in the description. Anyway, I'll see you next week for more Hadestown.